coast to coast, wall to wall, you name it, we're talking about it. We're keeping you up to speed on every single thing that's going on in the country and around the world. And a landmark victory for the prosecution came down this week when the one scurrilous scoundrel, Harvey Weinstein, was found guilty on 2 of the 5 counts against him. And most other people were remanded right to jail. He winds up in the hospital somehow. But to break it all down, what the verdict means, what the victims are feeling, and plenty more, Jennifer bohr-Cuevas joins us. She's a clinical social worker, disaster mental health professional for over 25 years, and a great friend of Liquid Lunch. Jen, thank you so much for coming down. Really appreciate it.
Great to be here.
So, what gives here? Let's start on the woman front. I'm sure it took a lot of braveness from these women to come forward and be deposed and to testify and to reenact all this stuff in their brain and have it played out in front of a jury and the public and the world. First and foremost, what's happening in the mind of these victims today, in your view?
I believe they feel that some of their power was restored. Rape, survivors of rape tend to feel, there's a whole aftermath of trauma that goes on even after the incident. And one of those things that they lose is their power. And they feel a distrust for the world. And I think that yesterday, with the verdict, it restored some of their power.
Wow. So I know there's these terms like compartmentalized, like people take this stuff and they like bury it in a box in the back of their brain and they try not to go looking in that corner. Maybe they're feeling their power, but does this open that box for them and also set them back a little bit, or this is kind of a way to get past that stuff?
I believe that it does reopen that box for them because they had to reopen the box to convict Harvey Weinstein. Yes.
Apparently that worked.
But when you reopen the box and pair it with a conviction, that can put you on the road to healing.
Well, that's good. And hopefully they'll all heal. What is this, you know, you're a woman in business, you're great, you know a lot of, as much about mental health as anybody I know. What does this mean for women overall? Does it make the whole Me Too movement, like the whole psyche behind that thing, is this validating that?
Yes. I think that yesterday was the start, just the start, I don't think we're completely there yet, of showing people that even if you are wealthy and are in a position of power, that you are not untouchable. So I think we are at the start of living that new way of like, handling
these
survivors.
People, maybe there's not 2 systems of justice, and just under the rug in this thing is the Bill Cosby verdict also. That took years and years and a lot of pain on women and reopening, pulling the Band-Aid off multiple times. Another case, retrial. So with Cosby and Weinstein, these are 2 like mega moguls in the entertainment world. You think the entertainment world is going to be cleaned up a little more going forward from here? I
think so. I think that a lesson was made of Harvey Weinstein yesterday.
So do you think the Me Too movement's going to put those 2 scalps on the wall and be happy, or you think they're going to start going for more?
I think this gave them momentum. I think they're going to keep going. I mean, I don't believe this is the last Harvey Weinstein that we're going to see. So I do believe that this movement gave them momentum. And also, too, I would like to say that that sexual assault and rape is a very hard crime to convict due to minimal evidence, due to her word against his, and trying to tease out the emotions and the facts of the case. So this was also a win yesterday in being able to achieve those things. So
yeah, I think it was a landmark to, the way I look at it. I know, some of the people that were helping on the defense team, they're attorneys, they're doing their job. I know some of the people on the prosecution teams, people who work at the courthouse. Everyone is in agreement on one thing, I would say, that I've spoken to, that Harvey Weinstein, if nothing else, may get an Academy Award for the way he enters and leaves the courthouse when the press is around. He's got the walker, and he's hunched over, and he looks like he's not even moving.
Yeah, the visual.
And supposedly when there's no cameras around, he's a lot more spry. So how does this guy wind up not going in jail, but he's over here at Bellevue in the hospital? Is he getting special treatment already?
Look, from what I read this morning, and again, I haven't examined this man, but from what I read in the news, some of the symptoms that he presented could be cardiac or they could be panic. So, again, I didn't examine him, but my sense is that it was panic and that he may possibly be receiving psychiatric services at Bellevue.
I would imagine that most perpetrators who are convicted, and they're all panicked. For going to jail for the first time. It seems to me like special treatment still. Like everybody's probably panicked. You get to not go to jail for a panic attack? Is that, I'm saying, is that a medical condition, or is it, a momentary thing that you're going to jail for life?
I don't know a lot about the prison system, but I do know that once a prisoner is a ward of a prison, they do have to take care of him. So if they did feel that something was wrong with Harvey, then they needed to get him evaluated. But also I think that I was watching when the verdict came in yesterday. Will never ever be the same, and most likely he will spend a good portion of his life behind bars.
Yeah, some people are saying that the one charge is 5 to 25, the other one is 1 to 4. They're saying for first-time offenders they usually depart to the lower, so he could get as little as 6 years. Or you can get as much as 25 if they run them
But
concurrent.
there's still California.
Oh, and then you still have Los
Yeah.
Angeles. So,
Yeah.
you don't do work inside the prisons in any of the correctional?
No, I don't.
Do you remember the whole Jeffrey Epstein story?
Yes.
Right? Do you think he killed himself in jail, Jeffrey Epstein?
I'm not sure, but if he did, I could see why he would have been suicidal and why he thought that death was the out for him.
So if they let Harvey Weinstein out of the hospital and put him in the same wing, do you think Harvey Weinstein might kill himself?
I suspect that he may have to be put on a suicide watch. Again, that moment I think that he had yesterday of reckoning when he realized his life is never going to be the same, that can turn into the suicidal mind. So we'll have to watch and see.
We'll keep our eye on that. Hopefully they put him in the same wing with the failing cameras and everything else where they put Epstein, but I don't even think Epstein's dead, so who knows? Maybe they'll let Weinstein out too. Jennifer bohr-cuevas, thank you so much. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to go down to the great state of Texas. We're going to check in with our buddy James Dickey. He's the chairman of the Texas Republican Party, and he's the creator of the Keep Texas Red campaign. He's on Skype, and he's waiting for us. We're going to take a quick break, come back with James Dickey right after this.